Hello, and welcome to Matt's Casual Cooking. Today we will be making a taco braid. Very fun meal to make, actually, that you can make for any time for lunch, dinner, uh, party, get together. Just a fun idea for entertaining folks or your stomach. All right, and we're going to go ahead and go over all the ingredients and let's get to it. Alright, now for the ingredients for the taco braid. You're going to need one 13.8 ounce canister of refrigerated pizza crust. You're going to need one small onion. You're going to need 2 to 3 bell peppers. You're going to need one poblano, and all of those are going to be sliced or diced. You're also going to need 1 pound of ground beef. You're going to need 1 to 2 cups of cheese. You're also going to need 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and we're going to go ahead and melt that. Now for the seasoning for the beef, you're going to need 1 tablespoon of ground cumin and paprika. You need 2 teaspoons of oregano. You're also going to need 1 tablespoon of cayenne pepper, salt, and ground pepper. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and roll out the pizza dough, and I'm going to show you what we do because we got to make some cuts on the side of it. So go ahead and get to that. And so for the pizza dough, I've already taken it out of the container. So what we want to do now, you can see I have it on, it's hard to see, I have clear plexiglass that I'm doing this on. This is what I usually always do all this kind of stuff on, where I'm rolling out dough. I just really like it. You can pick it up for pretty cheap at a department store. You don't need, or a hardware store. You don't have to pay much for it, and just clean it off. It's really good for other things. So I'm going to go ahead, and what you want to do is lightly flour the surface. You don't want too much. Just kind of keep that out. Kind of take your dough. What I like to do, kind of put it down, flip it over. So you kind of got a little bit, if you want, just take some flour and go ahead and put a little bit more on top. So kind of put some off to the side if you need it. And kind of sprinkle some and get it out there. So go ahead and take your rolling pin, whatever kind of rolling pin you want. Now we're going to roll this out to a 10 by 15 inch kind of rectangle, and that's really where we want to be for this braid. Alright, so once you've rolled it out, you want to go ahead and take your tape measure out. So probably actually contract this. We're at 14 inches, a little bit over, but this way we're at 16 inches right now. So that part is fine. So what we want to do is just kind of close up any gaps we got. Okay, so you can see our dough has been transferred to the baking sheet. So what we're going to do now is about 3 inches from the top, go ahead and make a cut. And you're going to want a pretty sharp knife with this. Go ahead and make a cut where it actually detaches from the dough. So you actually got like a little wing flap there. It's about 3 inches. So what you want to do is about every 1.5 inches, go ahead and just make the same cut. Basically what you have is you have like little wing flaps kind of going up. You might actually want to cut it a little bit deeper in what I have. And what these are going to be for is we're actually going to fold it over the meat once we've actually cooked the meat and put it in here. So so now that this side is done, go ahead and do it on your opposite side, and then we're going to go ahead and cook the meat. So once you do that, just set this aside. We're going to cook the meat and start over. Alright, so as you can see, this side is done. I'll go ahead and do the exact same cuts just across on the other side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cook the meat, and then once that's done, we're actually going to put it on here, and really we're just waiting on that part. So go ahead and make your cuts, and let's get to the meat. Alright, so our pan is hot. Go ahead and add your meat. And start breaking it up. Now you can put on the spices if you want while it's still in its kind of more rectangular form. It doesn't really matter. Go ahead and just kind of start seasoning your meat. Start mixing it together. Alright, so once the meat is done cooking, we're going to add the bell peppers and onions, and I'll see you there. Alright, so the meat is done. Go ahead and add your bell peppers and onions. Kind of move them around. Just really what we're looking for is the onions to be a little translucent. It shouldn't take too long. So once that's done, we're going to go ahead and actually put it into the pizza dough, and then we'll get to cooking the braid in the oven. Alright, so the meat is done with the veggies. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and remove it from the heat. And like I said before, we're going to go ahead and put it in the braid, and we're going to go ahead and get to the final step. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and transfer the meat now to this taco braid, and as you can see, we've got the narrow path here in between the slits. This is where we want to put our meat, and we don't want to fill it too, like the edge here, we kind of want to keep it a little bit back, so we kind of want to keep it in this area. Now, there are a couple options you've got for moving it. You've got your regular spatula, you've got your kind of your slotted spoon with more of a bowl shape, or you have, this is for spaghetti, but it works equally as well for doing this kind of work as well. Go ahead and take it and just kind of try to keep it into the middle. Alright, so now what we want to do is we want to take some of the cheese, go ahead and put that on the top. It's going to melt a little bit, but that's because the meat is warm, and that's okay. It's going to kind of help. Now you want to leave some of the cheese for on top of this. So save about a quarter of a cup or half a cup, kind of depending on how much you want to use. So I'm going to only probably have about a quarter of a cup. Alright, now for the braiding itself. Go ahead and take the front part, kind of push it back, and take that wing we cut earlier and fold it over the top. Now you're going to have a little gap there, but that's okay. And go ahead and just kind of do it with the rest of it. And you kind of see the crisscross pattern I have going here. Now there's going to be some gap, but that's okay. We need to still kind of let it breathe a little bit. Now for the edge, just do the same as you did at the front. Kind of push it back. And if you got some areas that kind of need some help, sometimes this end can be a little bit longer than the rest of it. Alright, so you can see we have our braids, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take that 2 tablespoons of butter, and you're going to want to put it in the microwave for only about 30 seconds initially, kind of melt it, and we're going to spread it over it. Alright, so go ahead and take your butter. Once it's been melted, go ahead and spread it on. Now this is going to give it a very nice golden crust. You could use a egg wash for this as well, but I do prefer the butter a lot of the times. Go ahead and spread it on there. And also by doing this, it's going to kind of help seal it as well, kind of keep it a little bit firmer, keep the dough firm. Alright, so go ahead and put the rest of your cheese on the top. Spread it around. Alright. Okay, so go ahead and turn your oven up to 375, and we're going to cook this for 20 to 25 minutes, or until the crust is nice and golden brown. So it should be in that time frame. So once that happens, I'll be back with you guys, and I'll see you then. Alright, so as you can see, I've cooked it for a little over 25 minutes. As you can see, we've got a nice golden brown crust, a little crunchy. You got a nice cheese melted on top. So if you enjoyed making this meal, and you'll definitely enjoy eating it, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below, and let me know how you liked it. Alright, and everyone have a good rest of your day. Thank you for watching.